Starting with another most important question for your exam purpose is the function of the hypothalamus. Now, hypothalamus is a tiny part of brain, and because it's called hypothalamus because it's just located under the thalamus. Now it is a nodal point for the regulation of all the homeostatic processes. For example, your sleep wake cycle, for example, regulating your body rhythm. The hypothalamus is related to both the anterior and the posterior lobes of the pituitary, जिसको हम बोलते हैं hypothalamo-hypophyseal system, which we have already discussed in detail in the previous lectures of the endocrine physiology. Now coming on to the function, the first function is the temperature regulation. Of course, the body temperature regulation, it all depends on the balance between a heat gain and heat loss. So the anterior thalamus detects the changes in the temperature and it initiates the mechanism for the loss of the body heat. So always remember, the anterior part of the hypothalamus is only and only concerned with the loss of the body heat. So the activity of the neurons is affected by the temperature of the blood. If the temperature of the blood circulating to the hypothalamus is above any set point, and what do you mean by a set point? A set point is your normal body temperature. So जैसे ही above set point पे जाएगा, the anterior hypothalamus will initiate the cutaneous vasodilation and sweating. And both of these features, both of all these two characteristics, the body will lose heat. There will be an increased loss of heat from the body. So जैसे ही आपका temperature बढ़ गया तो anterior hypothalamus आपका stimulate होएगा. Now posterior hypothalamus has no detectors of temperature. It only initiate mechanism whenever there is increased heat production, and it promote the conservation of the heat. So the posterior hypothalamus, it relies more on information which is coming from the temperature receptors of the skin. Agar information is that the environmental temperature is very low, now this hypothalamus, posterior hypothalamus is stimulated, which will initiate the conservation of the heat by cutaneous vasoconstriction and piloerection. And this increases the production of the heat in the body. Now, piloerection is not generally in humans, it's only for animals. And how do they produce heat in the body? By releasing catecholamines from the adrenal medulla, for example, epinephrine and norepinephrine. Regulation of the food intake. Now, food intake is regulated by the two centers. We have a feeding center and we have a satiety center. Feeding is in the lateral hypothalamic nucleus or उसको opposite to satiety. मतलब you are full. Now the body is not feeling hungry. So the satiety center is present in the ventromedial nucleus of the hypothalamus. Now some glucose sensitive neurons होते हैं located in the ventromedial. कहाँ पे? Ventromedial nucleus कहाँ हुआ आपको? satiety center में. Now whenever the level of glucose is high, जैसे ही blood glucose level बढ़ेगा या फिर आपकी बॉडी में level of glucose is high, the activity of these neurons increases. The feeding center is inhibited and the animal stops eating. Now why I have written animal? Because there are certain experimental procedure which is going always on animals. That is why ये सब जितनी भी डिस्कवरीज हुई हैं, इट्स ओनली एंड ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ सम एक्सपेरिमेंट जस्ट गोइंग ऑन एनिमल्स. सो whenever जैसे ही the level of glucose is high, the activity of these neurons increases and the feeding center is inhibited. Now the question is, like, why patients, those who are having diabetes, they feel hungry in spite of having a high blood glucose level? Now because the glucose sensitive neuron, they respond to the level of glucose utilization, not the absolute concentration of glucose. So ये तभी रिस्पॉन्ड करेंगे जो आपका ग्लूकोज यूटिलाइज हो रहा है आपके सेल्स में, आपकी बॉडी में, नॉट द एब्सोल्यूट कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ ग्लूकोज. बट गोइंग बैक टू डायबिटीज चैप्टर, अगर हम देखें डायबिटीज में बिकॉज ऑफ द लेस इंसुलिन प्रोडक्शन, ग्लूकोज यूटिलाइज ही नहीं हो पाता है, आपके सेल्स ग्लूकोज को यूटिलाइज ही नहीं कर पाते हैं. दैट इज वाई ग्लूकोज सेंसिटिव न्यूरॉन्स, they are not stimulated. Now why utilization of glucose should be poor? Should be poor in hypothalamic neurons of the diabetics, because the utilization of glucose in the brain जो ब्रेन में जो यूटिलाइजेशन होता है वो इंसुलिन पे डिपेंडेंट नहीं होता है. हाउएवर द ग्लूकोज सेंसिटिव न्यूरॉन हाइपोथैलेमस दे आर एन एक्सेप्शन. Glucose utilization in these neurons is enhanced by insulin in the brain. So, the utilization of the glucose should be poor in the hypothalamic neurons of the diabetics. Now, the third function is the regulation of the water balance. The body maintains water balance by responding to changes either in osmolarity or changes in the fluid volume. So, agar hypothalamic osmoreceptors, they are located in the anterior hypothalamus. Osmoreceptors neurons होते हैं whenever the activity is altered by changes in the osmolarity of the plasma. जब प्लाज्मा की osmolarity बढ़ेगी तो osmoreceptors induces thirst, which causes water intake and secretion of the antidiuretic hormone, which reduces the urinary loss of the water. So they will lower the osmolarity back to its normal value. And the second feature is changes in the fluid volume. They are detected by volume receptors in the right atrium, left atrium, and the pulmonary vessels. Any large change in the volume will affect the activity of the arterial baroreceptors in the carotid sinus and in the aortic arch. Remember this. Now, a decrease in the fluid volume lead to secretion of renin, which forms the angiotensin 2. Now, angiotensin will cause the vasoconstriction and releases the aldosterone. Angiotensin 2 के दो effects होते हैं. First, it releases the ADH. Second, it stimulates the thirst. So, if there is hyperosmolarity, then osmoreceptors are stimulated. If there is hypovolemia, the baroreceptors and the volume receptors are stimulated. Baroreceptors, they secrete ADH, and volume receptors, with the help of renin and angiotensin 2, they release ADH. Osmoreceptor will induce thirst, and ADH will cause decreased loss of the water in the urine. And thirst से water intake बढ़ेगा, so osmolarity is restored and blood volume is restored. The fourth function is the reproductive behavior. In human being, hypothalamus regulate the sexual function by secreting gonadotropin releasing hormones. The two areas in hypothalamus are the arcuate and the posterior hypothalamic nuclei. The regulation of the sleep and wakefulness. Now, mammillary body in the posterior hypothalamus is considered as the wakefulness center. उसको हम बोलते हैं wakefulness center. So, stimulation of mammillary body will cause wakefulness, और उसका lesion हुआ, it will lead to sleep. The second nucleus is the suprachiasmatic and the preoptic nuclei of the hypothalamus. Now, इनके इलेक्ट्रिकल स्टिमुलेशन से स्लीप इंड्यूस होती है और मैमिलरी बॉडी के स्टिमुलेशन से वेकफुलनेस होती है. ओके, सो सुप्राचियास्मेटिक एंड द प्रीऑप्टिक एरिया, दे इंड्यूस स्लीप. नाउ द सिक्स्थ फंक्शन इज द इमोशन. वी हैव अ रिवॉर्ड सेंटर एंड वी हैव अ पनिशमेंट सेंटर इन आवर ब्रेन. Now this reward center gets stimulated, of course, whenever we are rewarded, whenever we are praised, whenever we are appreciated, whenever a good thing is happening around. So it is situated in the forebrain bundle and the ventromedial nucleus of the hypothalamus. Just remember, it's located in the ventromedial nucleus of the hypothalamus. And punishment center is situated in the lateral nucleus of the hypothalamus. Another function which hypothalamus regulates is the circadian rhythm, जिसको हम बोलते हैं biological clock, which responds to recurring daylight and darkness. So it occurs in cycle of 24 hours, and इसको also हम बोलते हैं diurnal rhythm. सर्केडियन का मतलब ही होता है अराउंड द डे. Which nucleus is the suprachiasmatic nucleus? Now this is very very important for you guys to remember. Suprachiasmatic nucleus of the hypothalamus plays an important role in setting the biological clock. Eighth function is a response to the smell. So the areas of the posterior hypothalamus, hippocampus and the brainstem nuclei. The regulation of the heart rate. It regulates the heart rate through the vasomotor center in the medulla oblongata. by stimulating the posterior and the lateral nucleus, and by stimulation of the preoptic and anterior nucleus. तो अगर posterior और lateral nucleus को stimulate करेंगे तो heart rate बढ़ती है, preoptic nucleus को stimulate करेंगे तो heart rate कम होएगी. It will decrease the heart rate. Regulation of the blood pressure. It will regulate blood pressure by acting again on the vasomotor center. Again stimulating the posterior increase will the blood pressure, same heart rate की जैसा. and stimulation of the preoptic area will decrease the blood pressure. Another function which it has is autonomic control. It gives parasympathetic responses. The anterior hypothalamus or posterior hypothalamus it gives sympathetic responses. Now, control of adrenal cortex and medulla. Adrenal cortex anterior pituitary regulate करती है by secreting ACTH hormone, and this is regulated by the CRH from the hypothalamus. So always remember CRH release होता था, then ACTH release होता था, then ACTH would act and further बाकी hormones release होते थे from the anterior pituitary से. So CRH is released from the paraventricular nucleus of the hypothalamus, and adrenal medulla, dorsomedial and the posterior hypothalamic nucleus are excited by the emotional stimuli, and they send impulses to the adrenal medulla through the sympathetic fibers, and then they release catecholamines, which is epinephrine and norepinephrine. Then secretion of the posterior pituitary and the anterior pituitary hormones. So hypothalamus is the site of secretion. पहले के डायग्राम्स ऑफ यू रिमेंबर इन द एंडोक्राइन फिजियोलॉजी, जो हाइपोथैलेमिक न्यूक्लियाई हैं दे डायरेक्ट सिंथेसाइज एंड सिक्रीट द पोस्टीरियर पिट्यूटरी हार्मोन विच आर द ADH एंड ऑक्सीटोसिन बाय द सुप्राऑप्टिक एंड द पैरावेंट्रिकुलर न्यूक्लियाई. और एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी का जो सिक्रीशन है वो एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी से ही हो रहा है हार्मोन्स का, बट इट इज कंट्रोल्ड बाय हाइपोथैलेमस. The hormones are the GHRH, growth hormone releasing, growth hormone inhibiting, thyroid stimulating hormone, corticotropin releasing hormone, then we have gonadotropin releasing hormone, we have prolactin inhibiting hormone and prolactin stimulating hormone. So all these functions of hypothalamus is very, very important, and this comes as a long note. So you get prepared yourself for this question as a long note. Not like a short question.